President Muhammadu Buhari has reinstated the embattled Vice-Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Oluwatoyin Ogundipe, who was suspended in August 2020. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories now. At number 10, the House of Representatives Committee on Police Affairs has said that the 449 billion naira 2021 budget for the Nigeria Police is grossly inadequate. The chairman of the committee, Mohammed Kumo, said this during the budget defense by the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, on Tuesday in Abuja. He said that it was widely known that the Nigerian police was underfunded, adding that the 449 billion naira proposal for 2021 operations was unacceptable. Kumo called on the federal government to immediately increase police funding, while assuring the police that at the end of the budget defense, their budgets would be increased. The IGP said 469 billion naira was initially proposed for the 2021 budget of police operations, but was reviewed to 449 billion naira by the Budget Office. At number 9, on Tuesday, the United States of America reported 131,000 new cases of COVID-19, the country's highest daily infection since the outbreak of the pandemic. The disease also killed at least 1,347 persons across the US on Tuesday, the highest record of fatalities since August 19. The US COVID-19 tracking project said no fewer than 62,000 people were currently hospitalized and receiving treatment in the country. However, experts believe the actual numbers of infectious cases are much higher due to low capacity in testing, unreported cases, and suspicion that many countries downplay their caseloads. The US remains the worst-hit country with about 10.3 million infections and 239,600 deaths. At number 8, the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, has kicked against the proposed clampdown on social media. He also denied media reports that his colleagues in the Southwest voted in favor of the controversial social media regulation bill. Makinde said the Southeast governors only resolved that the existing Cybercrime Act should be allowed to take its course instead of duplicating an existing law in the name of social media bill. The governor wrote on Twitter, "I also clarified the misrepresentation of the position of the Southwest leaders on the so-called social media bill. Contrary to media reports, our position remains that since we already have an extensive Cybercrime Act 2015, we don't need any other bills to regulate social media." At number 7, Nigeria has received 2 unmanned combat aerial vehicles to fight terrorists in the country. In addition to the 2 inducted into the Nigeria Air Force, 6 other unmanned combat aerial vehicles are expected by early 2021. The 2 aircraft can remain airborne for 31 hours in internal security reconnaissance mode and 26 hours in an offensive role. In a statement on Tuesday, NAF spokesperson Ibikunle Daramola said the aircraft will add significant value to the nation's counter-insurgency and anti-banditry operations. Daramola also said that in the last 5 years, 22 new aircraft have been acquired by the Air Force, while 19 more are expected before June 2021. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Army on Wednesday launched the 4th batch of 79 wanted Boko Haram terrorists, with Abubakar Shekau and Abu Musab al-Banawi topping the list. At number 6, the Acting Director General of the National Broadcasting Commission, Armstrong Idachaba, has cautioned broadcast stations in the country to independently verify the authenticity of information sourced on social media before dissemination to the public. Speaking in an interview with Arise TV on Wednesday, Idachaba said the commission might be forced to raise the fine imposed on some broadcast stations due to their reckless coverage of the EndSARS protests. Last month, the NBC fined Channels Television, Arise Television, and Africa Independent Television 3 million naira each for what it termed unprofessional coverage of the nationwide protest against police brutality. The acting DG of the NBC said some of the sanctioned stations had paid the fine, but threatened to raise the fine for the stations that were yet to comply. At number 5, Prince Khalifa bin Salman Al Khalifa, the world's longest-serving prime minister, died on Wednesday at the age of 84. State media announced that Prince Khalifa, the Prime Minister of Bahrain, who had held the post since independence in 1971, died at Mayo Clinic Hospital in the US. The burial ceremony will take place after the body has been transported back to Bahrain from the United States and will be limited to a specific number of relatives in line with coronavirus protocols. During the mourning period, flags will be flown at half-mast and government ministries and departments will be closed for 3 days. At number 4, a federal high court in Abuja has approved the commencement of a suit seeking to compel President Muhammadu Buhari to appoint the 33 lawyers nominated by the National Judicial Council as judges of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory. In an ex parte ruling on Wednesday, Justice Iyan Ekwo granted leave to the applicant to file a writ of summons for an order of mandamus compelling the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces to perform his constitutional duties as contained in Section 256, subsection 2 of the Constitution, by appointing the 33 persons recommended to him for appointment as judges of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory by the National Judicial Council. The ex-parte application was filed by a lawyer, Oladimeji Felix. At number 3, the former governor of Kaduna State, Balarabe Musa, is dead. Musa, who was the leader of the People's Redemption Party and the first governor in the history of Nigeria to be impeached, died at the age of 84. The news of his death was confirmed by one of his children, Zulai Balarabe Musa, who said he died in the early hours of Wednesday. According to Islamic rites, the former governor was buried after the Zuhur Muslim prayer around 1 p.m. on Wednesday. At number 2, some lawmakers in the United States Congress have called on Donald Trump's administration to halt the deportation of some African asylum seekers scheduled to begin today. 6 Democratic lawmakers in a joint statement on Wednesday morning said the country's immigration and customs enforcement was coercing the African asylum seekers to sign a voluntary deportation order, an act they described as a gross violation of human rights. Some of the asylum seekers are reportedly activists who fled their respective countries to escape arrest or extrajudicial killings from the government. Therefore, the lawmakers called on the administration to hold the deportation flight scheduled for Wednesday until the new administration is sworn in and reviews the claims. Finally, at number 1, President Muhammadu Buhari has reinstated the embattled Vice-Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Oluwatoyin Ogundipe, who was suspended in August 2020. Buhari also dissolved the governing council of the university, formerly chaired by Wale Babalakin. In a statement on Wednesday morning, the spokesperson of the Federal Ministry of Education, Ben Gong, said the president took these steps hoping to bring peace, stability, focus and direction to the university. According to President Buhari, the initial removal of Ogundipe by the governing council did not follow due process. Always remember to wear your mask, wash your hands and stay safe. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.